Interrupting our regularly scheduled programming to remember Mercer County Sheriff's Deputy Paul Martin, who was killed in the line of duty last week. Deputy Martin was 53 years old and an 18-year veteran with the Mercer County Sheriff's Office. In just a few moments, we'll take you live to the Beulah High School gymnasium for his funeral and memorial service. In the meantime, we want to tell you a little bit more about who Deputy Martin was. On the most basic level, he'll be remembered by many as a kind soul and an outdoorsman. Bella Craft has more.
Paul Martin was born November 22, 1970 in Fort Lewis, Washington. Martin and his family moved to Jamestown, where he was baptized and later graduated from Jamestown High School in 1989. Deputy Martin started his law enforcement career in the Army as a military police canine officer. He continued serving our country through his work at the Nelson County Sheriff's Department, and later he served in both Hazen and Beulah police departments. The past 15 years, Deputy Martin worked with Mercer County Sheriff's Department. Here, he was paired with Canine Goliath, and the two worked together for 7 years. Deputy Martin is survived by his wife, 3 children, 4 grandchildren, parents, his sister, 3 brothers, and numerous nieces and nephews.
Deputy Martin will not only be remembered by his family, friends, and co-workers, but also by his community. He's left a lasting impression through helping people change their lives. Bella also spoke with people in Beulah last week about how Deputy Martin influenced that community.
Faith O'Clair says she encountered Mercer County Sheriff's Deputy Paul Martin only a couple of times.
So I've been in his police car a few times.
But he made a big impression.
I wasn't very nice to him. So he was firm, but not in an angry way or an aggressive way, but firm.
The Beulah woman is now a recovered addict. She credits Deputy Martin with helping her get on the right track.
The day that I was arrested by him, I think, probably saved my life.
This is the town Mercer County Sheriff's Deputy Paul Martin lived in. Here in Beulah, the grief for the fallen officer is silent yet heavy. Though many people I spoke with weren't willing to go on camera, they say Deputy Martin and his family are on their minds. Deputy Martin was 53 years old and worked for the department for 18 years. He is survived by his wife and 3 children.
As far as I know, he was in the community for a long time, and it is kind of like losing a family member, like the knitted community, family member. It's pretty devastating.
The community honored Deputy Martin with a procession. They promised to never forget him and the work he did. In Beulah, I'm Bella Craft, reporting for your news leader.
Earlier today, a procession made its way through Beulah, starting at Barbeau Funeral Home and ending at the Beulah High School gym. Doors at the high school opened at 11:30 this morning for the general public to attend. And then following the service, people have been asked to line Main Street for the procession to the funeral home. Reporters Bella Craft and Justin Gick have been in Beulah since early this morning, and they're standing by outside the high school gym. Let's start with Bella Craft. Bella, what's the atmosphere been like in Beulah so far today?
Yeah, Wayne, it's been a very somber morning here in Beulah, especially when I got to witness that small procession. It was just a couple of Beulah police cars, and they made their way down here to the Beulah High School where his funeral is going to be taking place here very shortly. But the community is it's coming together in this time. And it's not just the community of Beulah and Mercer County, but law enforcement as well. There's just numerous agencies here today, and people were waiting in lines to come in and pay their respects to Deputy Martin. So it's obviously a very tough situation, but you can tell everyone is coming together and getting that strength by being together.
There was a brief look inside the Beulah High School gym as they prepare for the service for Deputy Martin. And Bella, I know that you've spent some time in Beulah over the past several days. What are some of the things that people have told you about Deputy Martin that gives us a picture of who he was and what he meant to the community?
Yeah, Wayne, I spoke with a lot of people here last week, and the one thing that stood out was just his kindness and his compassion. It really just seemed to flow from him and to all those people here in the community. And he's also remembered as an avid outdoorsman, as most people are here in North Dakota. But as you saw in my earlier package, I ended up speaking to a woman who she had been arrested by Martin several times, and She said even though it wasn't the best circumstances and she wasn't the nicest person, Deputy Martin treated her with such compassion and kindness and helped her get through these difficult situations because she was an addict at that point, and she really credits him to helping her get through that recovery. So it just shows that he took that kindness and that compassion in every little instance of his job that he did, and was just willing to help anyone, it sounds like, in the community.
All right, thank you, Bella. We also want to let people know that Deputy Paul Martin is the second North Dakota peace officer to die this year in the line of duty. The first, of course, was Fargo officer Gick, who was killed in that city during a shooting this past July. This is also just the second Mercer County officer to die in the line of duty, the first being Deputy Joseph Runyons, who was killed in April of 1941. So far this year, according to the Officer Down Memorial page, there have been 110 line-of-duty deaths in the United States. There were 249 in the country in 2022. Now, our reporter Justin Gick is also in Beulah this afternoon, and Justin is a former police officer, and he can offer some perspective. Justin, we come back to you, and we're asking you to give us some insight into the emotion that goes into a day like this for an officer of the law.
Yeah, Wayne, obviously a sad day, but it's also a time where law enforcement comes together and kind of rallies behind that family that's going through this, and also some time for law enforcement, not only from, Mercer County, but also all over the state, just to come together and talk about, their experiences on the job, talk about, what's going on here. When you take the oath, and put that badge on your uniform, you become part of a brother and a sisterhood. So, if a police officer passes away like this, it doesn't just affect that one county, it affects all officers across the United States.
For your service in the past, and thank you for that report. All right, things are about ready to start inside the Beulah High School gym. The proceedings are about to begin, and now we will take you to the funeral and memorial service for fallen Mercer County Sheriff's Deputy Paul Martin.
I'm glad I didn't know the way it all would end, the way it all would go. Our lives are better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the dance. Holding you, I held everything for a moment. Wasn't I a king? But if I'd only known how the king would fall, hey, who's to say? I might have changed it all. And now I'm glad I didn't know the way it all would end, the way it all would go. Our lives are better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the dance. It's my life, it's better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the dance. Looking back, all the memory of the dance we shared beneath the stars above. For a moment, all the world was right. How could I have known that you'd ever say goodbye? And now I'm glad I didn't know the way it all would end, the way it all would go. Our lives are better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the dance. Holding you, I held everything for a moment. Wasn't I the king? But if I'd only known how the king would fall, hey, who's to say? You know I might have changed it all. And now I'm glad I didn't know the way it all would end, the way it all would go. Our lives are better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the dance. It's my life, it's better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the dance.